Welcome to your new home for football, where you'll get real international coverage from real football fans. We're talking Brighton, England, Birmingham, England, London, England, Glasgow, Scotland, Dublin, Ireland, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and St. Louis, Missouri. You'll get coverage from all the big time leagues. Join in on live day match watch-alongs. Enjoy live football debates. Nothing but all things football. Catch us live 8 PM UK time on Thursdays on all major platforms, or listen to us the next day on the Sports Social Podcast Network. This is Football Nation, your home for all things football.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back to the Football Nation brings you the Champions League. I'm your host, Chris Watt. Joining me again tonight is my lovely co-host, Crazyman. How are you tonight?
I'm good. We've got a bunch of games in store today.
Exactly. So just now we've got a kind of eye on the Arsenal versus Man City game, which is just about to kick off.
It has just kicked off.
Perfect, good timing. So as well, we have also coverage of Brugge versus Benfica, and our main game tonight, Borussia Dortmund versus Chelsea. So we'll start with a quick rundown of the first game just now. How do you see Arsenal versus Manchester City going tonight, Boom?
It's interesting. Like we thought before the game, Thomas Partey not available, which is a big loss for them because he pretty much plays, from a United perspective, the Casemiro type of role for Arsenal.
Yeah.
That they look not as great without him when they had. So the one game that they lost to United was that he was missing in that one.
Exactly.
Early on in the season. So they don't look as stable with that. It'd be interesting to see if Jorginho, as you know a lot, Chris, if he can fill in at the LCDM position for them.
It's going to be an interesting game for, especially. More so. I think this matters more to Arsenal to say, right, we are top of the league. This is our position. You need to take it from us.
It's quite interesting that Pep is playing two attacking midfielders.
Is he? Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, he's playing Erling Haaland up front, and he's playing either Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, or Gundogan, Kevin De Bruyne up top, with Bernardo Silva and Rodri in the midfield as well. So,
yeah.
And it's three at the back of Kyle Walker, Diaz, and Ake.
Well, it's one of those ones you like. They need to go for it. That's the thing. They want to be champions. They are the champions. So they need to go out and protect their title, which makes it a great game. But speaking of great games, we have got some crackers as well in the Champions League. So we've got Club Brugge versus Benfica. Club Brugge managed by Scott Parker, which brought through a lot of it made a lot of people's eyebrows raise when Scott Parker was announced as the Club Brugge manager. Versus
Shows
Benfica.
How much they think about the Belgian league, that just get Scott Parker in the door will be fun.
Let's say Benfica done very well in their group as well, so it's going to be.
It was a very great defensive performance from Club Brugge in their groups. Mignolet literally has won a lot of points for Club Brugge in their group. On average, he's on a 7.92.
Is he? Nice. And then we've got, like I said, the game that we're going to be covering tonight. More so, keep a real eye on it, is the Borussia Dortmund versus Chelsea. Two teams with different runs of form, shall we say, going into the.
Both started very similarly. They're both Dortmund started quite bad in their season. They've gotten more into it. They picked up form though a lot quicker than this Chelsea team has.
So we'll quickly run down the teams tonight. So starting with Club Brugge, we've got Mignolet in goal. We've got Mata Pedro, Jack Kendry, Michele, Hudson-Odoi, Denis-Odoi, Odienka, Varakin, Meyer, Buchanan, and Soa and Lang for Club Brugge. For Benfica, we've got Vlachos Somos, Ba, Silva, Otamendi, Grimaldo, Morris Luis, Mercado, Yao Mario, Rafael Silva, Arnoses, and Matthias Ramos in our first game. And our second game, we've got for Dortmund tonight, we've got Kobo, Wolf, Schuller, Schlotterbeck, Guerrero, Chan, Brandt, Jude Bellingham, Oischan, Adiemi, and Sebastian Haller. And for the away team tonight, Chelsea, we've got Kepa in goal, Reece James, Thiago Silva, Kalidou Koulibaly, Ben Chilwell, we've got Ben Chilwell twice, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Enzo Fernandez, Hakim Ziyech, Yao Felix, Mudryk, and Kai Havertz up front. So, looking at those teams, Boom, where do you think, especially from the Chelsea and Dortmund game, where do you see the game being won and lost?
I think it's very much a battle of the midfield. It'd be Jude Bellingham versus Enzo Fernandez for creating stuff.
Yeah. I mean, you're looking at that Dortmund team there. They've got a lot of players going in the attacking side of things, like sort of Brandt and Adiemi and Haller. Bellingham's also been more deployed as a number 6, if you will, rather than where people have seen him for England kind of just being behind the main striker with Henderson and Rice.
And him and Ozcan together in that kind of like.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how, like you said, Fernandez deals with Bellingham. Is that maybe why Ruben Loftus-Cheek's been put in tonight for his legs, who can maybe try and keep up with Bellingham?
It's also interesting, Emre Can, as most people know in the Premier League too.
Yeah.
Ex-Liverpool German.
And then, and then you look at the Chelsea team. That's probably Chelsea's best team that I've seen for this season. Out with Koulibaly, maybe I would say.
And Ziyech, who was trying to go.
Yeah.
They were trying to get rid of him.
I mean, fair play to Ziyech. I mean, as everyone knows on the Football Nation channel, that Ziyech is not my favourite player for Chelsea.
And he was very much in Paris about to leave.
But the thing is, since he's came back into the fold with Chelsea, he's done well. Maybe that kind of move, falling through the move, maybe done him the best of. Maybe they've done him the best, but he's still playing well. So I'll be interested to see what actually happens with him in the summer. If maybe PSG.
Mudryk has been a bit of hot and cold, but you kind of expect that some of them coming from the Ukrainian league with the situation that they had over there.
Yeah. I'll be interested to see what happens because, I mean, like I said, that's probably Chelsea's best team, and they've got a lot of players coming back who are on the bench as well. We've got Kovacic.
The best back four that they registered.
Yeah, because they never registered Badashila, which is bonkers in my opinion. But like I was just saying, they've got players that's come back from injury. You've got Kovacic, Zakaria, and Wesley Fofana all on the bench tonight for Chelsea. So that's a massive, massive boost for Graham Potter.
Zakaria is big, as he was actually in really good form, averaging a 7.3 in his games before he got injured.
Two seconds, just take my hoodie off because I am absolutely roasting. Oh. And I'm back.
The worst player for averages though is Mr. Wolf in Dortmund, second to only Ziyech for.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. So I'm keeping up to date with the Arsenal score just now in the background. It's roughly about 8 minutes gone. It's still Arsenal 0, Manchester City 0. So we'll have a wee touch back on what happened last night. So the main game that we covered was the PSG game. Now, we kind of said off air how poor PSG actually were last night.
Yes,
it was compared to seasons before with PSG in the Champions League. Would you say it's probably the worst performance you've seen from them in the Champions League since they've got this money that they've inherited, shall we say?
Yeah, that was not anywhere good from their perspective. Oh man, I mean, PSG all over the place. Even when they got chances, it didn't look like they were doing anything with them. Like there was Like every time Messi was like, even Messi looked completely not there.
Yeah. I mean, the way I seen PSG last night, it was a team they didn't know each other. If you know what I mean, there was a lot of players that, like, I mean, the young boy came in, the 16-year-old, he looked at a fish out of water. He really did. I thought it was a shame for the kid. I mean, because he is he's highly thought of at Paris Saint-Germain. To throw him to a game against Bayern Munich, that's, you're like, right, come on, give the boy an actual chance to kick a ball. I mean, he's playing up against one of the biggest teams in European, if not world football, and you're throwing him into a Champions League game like that, where as we said at the top of the show yesterday, this is their holy grail. PSG's holy grail. If they don't win it, that's going to be another manager probably going to lose his job because of how poor they've been in the Champions
This
League.
is a Mission Impossible movie where the people don't complete the mission.
Exactly. I mean, it's like you said, it's Mission Impossible. You expect Tom Cruise to come down on a rappel from the roof and try and pick up the Champions League, but he keeps on getting hit by the lasers. But the way I mean, Bayern Munich, even I think as well, Bayern Munich didn't play well at all last night either. They were, I mean, the goal was a great goal. Good balling from what's his face, Alfonso Davies, and then at the back post. There,
Coleman.
Yeah.
He didn't celebrate this time.
Well, obviously being ex-PSG.
He did celebrate in the final though when he scored against.
Well, you celebrate the final, wouldn't you? Again, if you.
I know. I find it funny.
League. Yeah, but it is one of those things you like. Timmy's a good man. Nagelsmann is a good manager, but I thought the second half, when obviously Davis came on, when Muller came on, when they switched Coleman out to the right hand side, they looked a more structured and more attacking team than what they did in the first half. Obviously, they had the save in the first half from Donnarumma that they tipped onto the post, but apart from that, you didn't really see much from what Bayern Munich can really do to teams, can you? Could you?
No, it was really not really Bayern Munich. Both clubs didn't really play like they were trying to particularly win the game. It was just if we get a chance, we get a chance. Hopefully, we take it.
I mean,
the only negative from Bayern is the Pavard second yellow.
Yeah, he'll be at the next game at the Allianz. But they've got players that can come in there and kind of sort that position out.
Mbappe, for PSG's perspective, Mbappe tried. He scored twice, but the flag said no.
Yep. The first one's very. The first one when he scored was offside, but I thought he was closer to the second one, but apart from that, they didn't look like scoring. I mean, that whole first half, they never had a shot on target. With the players like Messi, Neymar, who else was on the pitch at the time? The young boy got. I mean, it's like I said, it felt like they didn't know how to play amongst themselves. If you know what I mean. There was no real cohesion in the team at all. And then when they brought Mbappe off, they looked a lot better. They brought Mbappe on, should I say. They looked a lot better. But we've got 15 minutes to go before kickoff. We'll have a wee chat about Club Brugge. So, boom, Club Brugge.
Yes.
Versus Benfica. How have these two teams got to the Champions League last 16? It just shows you. Because like we said, Club Brugge had Benfica had Juventus and Atletico Madrid. It was Brugge had Atletico Madrid in their team, wasn't it?
Brugge had a group with Atletico Madrid, Bayern Leverkusen, and Porto.
it just shows you. I mean, Bruges are no mugs. They don't. I mean, as we said last night, they don't concede that many goals either.
And they narrowly finished second in that behind Porto by 1 point.
Yeah. And it's, I mean, if you think on it, it is a good news. It is a kind of good story for Club Bruges to be in this kind of round of 16 for the very first time. Well, I think it's the very first time. It is the first time I can remember. That they've done well. I mean, the hiring of Scott Parker kind of raised a few eyebrows, like I said. But fair play to them. I hope they do well tonight, because I mean, if they do well, I mean that's a feather in Mr. Parker's bonnet, if you know, in his cap. That he's now a Champions League manager, which nobody thought would ever happen. To be fair, I think it's
with Benfica finishing on the exact same points, the exact same goal difference, the exact same goals for and against with PSG. The only thing that separated them to finish top of that group was they have more away goals.
That went on the head-to-head, didn't it?
It didn't go on head-to-head.
Oh, I thought it went on the head-to-head.
No, they both drew it on head-to-head. It actually went to away goals. Away goal scored, where Benfica scored one more away goal. PSG
crazy.
needed one more goal against Haifa to actually top that group, PSG.
That is absolutely mental. I mean, that's probably going to be the first time ever that's happened in the Champions League, that they've had to go to like a away virtually the away goals rule. That's
why I was so mad at the time, because it literally went down to every single pass. They were tied on everything that they had to go to away goals. Scored for that group, so and it was just whoever scored more against Haifa away.
Yeah. Just seen there on Jude Bellingham's stats for this Champions League. He's got five appearances, and I think he was at 4 goals or something that he scored in the Champions League, and 1 assist. That's very good. That's very, very good stats from Jude Bellingham. I mean, he's taken his game to another level. But do you think he's outgrowing Dortmund, or do you think he'll stay around for maybe another season or two, depending on if someone comes
I don't know. I think it depends on the team. If it's just Liverpool at their current moment, I'm not sure this is the right time to join Liverpool just yet. Maybe wait a season if Liverpool is your heart's desire one. I don't think.
I personally think, see, if you're Jude Bellingham, you're gonna have the world at your feet, basically. Everyone's gonna be looking.
I don't think you rush into a Liverpool at this moment in time.
You maybe say, wait, see what happens. Maybe sign a new contract at Borussia Dortmund, and then see what happens with if they get a takeover. If Manchester United get a takeover, Man City are still in that kind of standpoint of bringing in big players, or do you go to Real Madrid or Barcelona, one of the two? So you kind of think you've got, or even, I mean, I don't know if you'd be suited for it, go to Bayern Munich or something like that as well. So he's going to have
a bunch of Dortmund players have done that.
Really? Oh, I've never heard that before. But Borussia Dortmund players Bayern Munich, never.
It might be a one Robert.
One Robert Lewandowski, one Mario Götze, Mats Hummels as well, who came back. But
act like nothing ever happened. Like, hello, it's me, I'm back.
But you think, I mean, like I said, Jude Bellingham's going to have the world at his feet. I mean, I hope he does well. I think he's a fantastic player, even though he might be English. I think he's a fantastic player. Even I was impressed when he was in the World Cup. He didn't have that much. Well, he did have that great effect in the World Cup, but he still.
I think they played him in the wrong position in the World Cup, but he still had an impact.
Still had an impact. But I think there's still more to come from Jude Bellingham, because he is that talented. And he's like one of these once in a lifetime generation players that have came through from like we said, Birmingham City, to go to playing Dortmund, to become the player he is today with Dortmund. He's improved. He's grasped the language. He's mingling with some of the world's best players within Dortmund, Bayern Munich, and in Germany itself. To then produce himself on the pitch for England as well, to be probably England's, if not best player, out with Harry Kane. I just think the world's his oyster with Jude Bellingham. That's the way I look at it.
Yes, that is very true. I'll be back in just one moment.
No problem. We'll have a wee chat regarding Chelsea though. So Chelsea, as I'm a Chelsea fan, as you can see behind me now, top it up. So I'm a Chelsea fan. I've been disenchanted recently with the way we've been playing. Yes, there was improvements against West Ham, but still conceding stupid goals. Just seeing the picture of the Champions League winning team of 2012, or was it 2020 as well? We've not done well. I know there's a lot of new players, there's a new coach, it's new everything, basically Chelsea, new owners, new philosophy. It's going to be one of those ones you're like, how long is this going to take, and how long are Todd Boehly and the Chelsea hierarchy going to give Graham Potter? Me personally, I give him till the end of the season. Try and bed these new players in. Maybe make a late push for Champions League. No, not Champions League, but Europa League. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, because the players that he's brought in have cost a lot of money. I mean, £640 million have spent between the two windows. 105 between 105 to 110 million pounds on Enzo Fernandez. it is a massive gamble for Todd Boehly to spend that kind of money on players. So going forward, I think Todd Boehly will keep Potter in charge for the time being, and see who's available maybe in the summer, maybe getting Simeone, Zidane, Pochettino, try and get anyone else that would be available. Guardiola if leaves Man City. But it is a bit of a troubling time for Chelsea fans. The way I see it is, it's a season of transition for Chelsea. Massive season for transition for Chelsea because of, like I said, the upheaval. So give them a season, maybe a season and a bit, but I still don't think they should have sacked Thomas Tuchel. He won Chelsea Champions League, got to the final of the FA Cup, won the Club World Championship. But it's interesting. It's interesting what's going to happen with Chelsea. What's your guys' opinions in the chat? Let us know how you think Chelsea will get on tonight against Dortmund. Also, how you think Club Brugge will get on, and if you're an Arsenal fan and a Man City supporter, how do you think tonight will go? Because it's still currently 0-0 in that game with 23 minutes gone. I can watch that game as well. Just give me 2 seconds, chat.
My word, what a goal I've just witnessed.
Who
For
by?
Man City.
Who scored?
Kevin De Bruyne.
Kevin De Bruyne. So it's coming up a note to Man City.
What a strike. It was all Arsenal, and then suddenly there was a bit of a break for Kevin De Bruyne just absolutely whacks it over the keeper into the... Ramsdale running out. There was no one in the net, and Kevin De Bruyne just with a beautiful dink shot.
It just came through there. I'm putting it on my tablet just now so I can watch it on tablets.
It looked very much like Arsenal were the more likely to score for the bit that I was watching there. Talking to my dad, asking him how the game was going.
That scored in. That was scored in the 24th.
It's a defensive mistake. Ramsdale is fully out of his box. Is up.
What was it?
A beautiful dink over. It's just a brilliant goal from Kevin De Bruyne. Against the run of play 100% of that game.
There we go. And we can see the tifo that's getting unveiled just now at the Signal Iduna Park. Again, someone DMing me.
I was talking to my dad, asked him how the game was. There's been much of a muchness, and then that happens. It's a huge blow from an Arsenal perspective, that because they were the more likely to score. They had all quite a few corners in a row and good headers and good crosses from an Arsenal perspective. And then Kevin De Bruyne does the Kevin De Bruyne type thing. But how it went to Kevin De Bruyne and Grealish there, I have no idea, for the fact that it should have been easily covered by the Arsenal players.
Yeah.
Closer to home for Chris. Motherwell is 1-0 up.
Against
my,
I was going to say against my local team's rivals against St Mirren. It's a nice tifo there by the Dortmund fans. The yellow always produces. It's our first year of Yellow Felix and Chelsea in Chelsea Champions League.
Although you might see here that some of the players like Enzo Fernandez, Mudryk, João Felix might feel more comfortable in this kind of competition than the Premier League.
They might do. That's the thing. They might do.
Given that they'll already be used to Champions League games against other opposition. Might be that much easier But as it stands with Man City winning, they go top of the league.
Massive.
On goal difference. Though Arsenal still have that one game in hand, but it puts a bit of a psychological damper on this Arsenal team.
Yep. And here come the teams in Europe in Champions League for Borussia Dortmund and Chelsea. Obviously, the final going to be held in Istanbul, so massive incentive for all these clubs to be in that stadium again, especially Liverpool fans and Real Madrid fans. Just watching the teams come out just now. The tifo going up again. Ben Chilwell, that's a pleasant surprise, but that's a pleasant renewal for Chelsea with for Graham Potter with Ben Chilwell, but even back in action. That's the first time since October that both Reece James and Ben Chilwell played together. in the same team. That's some stat. There we go. So I'm gonna press you first. Score predictions about Club Brugge versus Benfica. What are we going for?
I could see this being a 1-1 draw.
And our main game tonight, Dortmund versus Chelsea.
I'm gonna say 2-1, but I don't know to who.
Oh, well, I'm gonna say 1 each because it's gonna go on for Chelsea's form. Gonna sit in the fence with Chelsea again.
You're gonna do another Graham Power math. The man loves a 1-1 draw.
Yeah.
I will fully say that about it. The man loves to draw 1-1 in his games.
Exactly. And it is very, very annoying sometimes when you can see the players we've got on show, and then they don't perform. That's the way I look at it for Chelsea just now.
In the other games, Stoke City have gone 1-0 up against Huddersfield.
Huddersfield with Mr. Neil Warnock back in charge. Well, I think he's back. I don't think he's in charge for tonight, but he is.
And he's not in charge for this one. It's going to be the next one.
Yeah, Saturday's game.
Mm.
But he is there. I did see a picture of him there today.
Yeah. He's there to watch the team, where he's going to be heavily disappointed at the moment.
I've seen Real Madrid are about to kick off as well against is it Elche tonight, is it their time?
Yes, they are playing relegation-threatened Elche at the moment.
So it's going to be a 2-0 victory to Elche there, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. Elche are currently bottom of the La Liga table, so...
Going on current form in La Liga for Real Madrid, it's not been the greatest.
Yeah, and the other games in the Championship, we got Bristol City versus Wigan, Preston versus Luton, our fellow Gormy Swansea versus Blackpool.
Goodness ones.
And we have Sheffield United versus Michael Carrick's Middlesbrough.
See how Michael Carrick gets on again tonight. Doing well so far.
He's been climbing up the table in third position. He's playing second in the table at the moment. So it's a big game for his aspirations.
Oh, damn it. Yeah, can I get there?
And you have Swansea against former Irish manager Mick McCarthy.
Mick McCarthy.
The man has been around, Mick McCarthy.
I shall be back in 2 little minutes before kick-off.
And we got games kicking off. The Club Brugge Benfica game has kicked off. Dortmund Chelsea is about to kick off. Pep Guardiola is currently giving instructions to Silva, Gundogan, and Ake. Well, looking like he's having a mental breakdown, but he's giving them instructions. The Real Madrid game has kicked off also. Pep is done having a mental breakdown at his players.
And I'm back.
Welcome back, my friend. Welcome back.
Had to go get some refreshments.
I was keeping people up to date. I said the games have kicked off, and I said Pep is giving his instructions to Gunter 1 Silva and all. He had a mental breakdown while doing it, as he always does.
It's still 1-0. It's still 1-0 Man City then, yeah.
Yeah, it is, but when he gives his instructions, he's always like, blah, blah, blah.
His arms are going mental.
He almost every time he gives instructions to his players, he almost looks like he's about to fight them for no reason. For the sake of fighting them.
Oh, pardon me. So, just kicked off here. I'm about a minute gone. Borussia Dortmund in control of possession with Rafael Guerrero. Oh, right. My watch telling me that Borussia Dortmund and Chelsea have started. So really, I would never have guessed. Chelsea for Dortmund. Brandt, well bought by Fernandes. And Chelsea are on the counter with Felix. Got to give it to Mudryk. Mudryk's in. Mudryk. Oh, what a challenge by Slotterbeck.
I did say Slotterbeck is a good.
Do you know? See, Slotterbeck. He's actually a left back playing a centre back. Because
He's been quite good at centre back of this.
Yeah. That's not a foul. And Marius, is it Marius Wolf or Marcus Wolf, is it?
I will tell you now.
I think it's Marcus Wolf.
It is Marius.
Marius, aye. So I was right the first time. I do know my foosball. Reece James heads out for a throw into Dortmund. That was a good break by Chelsea there. I mean, some challenge by Slotterbeck there. He had to get that correct. Had to get that spot on.
Exactly. Kyle Walker has been booked.
There's a surprise.
For not allowing someone field entering.
Okay.
And Ederson has been booked.
Oh, there goes Havertz. Havertz closing down Matt Hummels. Sorry, Emre Can, should I say it? That's poor from Havertz. So I think Emre Can's playing centre half tonight, so that'll be interesting.
Let's see. In the Man City game, it looks like Bernardo Silva keeps dropping into left back a few times.
The weekend, he kind of played there see when what's his face went off.
It is 2-0 to Motherwell, by the way, if anyone's fans of the Scottish leagues.
Motherwell, should I say? After they sacked Stevie Hamill at the weekend, after getting beat 3-1 off of Wraith Rovers in the Championship. And it's currently 1-0 to Sheffield United against Middlesbrough. Ollie McBurney has scored for Sheffield United after 5 minutes.
It was always the toughest because they're second in the table by a distance.
Joe, I was actually looking at that. So
and to go on me, Swansea are 1-0 up.
Go on the Swans.
An assist from Irishman Ryan Manning. So therefore, Mick McCarthy's going to be having some words with Ryan.
Do you know? I was actually looking at that championship table. I think it was yesterday or the day before. Burnley are 17 points clear of third place Middlesbrough.
Yeah, like
17 points. That's mental.
At the moment, the top two are kind of like quite a distance away from Middlesbrough.
I'm like, I mean, obviously Middlesbrough had a shocking start to the start of the season, and then obviously that's when they pulled the trigger and brought in Michael Carrick. But, I mean, shows you. I mean, if Michael Carrick was there from the start of the season, where would this Middlesbrough team be? He's done so well to get to where he is. What is Middlesbrough trying to do? A wee flick there in the mid, putting pressure back on Chelsea. But like I said, 17 points from first to third. That's crazy. That's like football. That's like football manager stats.
If Michael Carrick was there, it might have been closer between them and Sheffield coming into this game.
Enzo Fernandez into Reece James. James over to. There's got to be a big switch on. But yeah, I mean, it's started off a bit. Chelsea have had the two best half chances. That's a free kick. One with Havertz kind of went through and goal. The one Mudryk with, let's say, Schlotterbeck making a great challenge. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that spurs the rest of the team on. But as we all know, this Dortmund team is very dangerous going forward. And just a wee side note, it's great to see Sebastian Haller on his debut tonight in the Champions League for Borussia Dortmund.
Pep and Arteta are giving out to the slide official.
Oh, chance here for Chelsea. Ball comes in. Oh, good clear from Emre Can.
The players are surrounding the ref here.
Any reason why?
I clicked off it for a second, so I can't. I'll put on the sound for myself just to. A penalty to Arsenal. That's what they were complaining about the City.
Is that a penalty?
It's a penalty to Arsenal. The first camera was not quite, but the second angle of to look at it confirmed the penalty to Arsenal. And they have scored said penalty.
They get all the luck in the world, don't they, Arsenal?
Yep, Bukayo Saka scoring against Everton. Make it 1-1. And also, Marco Asensio has made it 1-0 to Real Madrid. But Pep didn't think it was a Pep and Arteta were both complaining for different reasons.
And Reece James has been booked for absolutely nothing for winning the ball.
Arsenal fans in the Emirates Stadium going mad for that equaliser. One of them looks like he's passing out true to his ankle. Is the celebration. And Jorginho goes over to hug Saka.
Excuse me.
Pep is shaking his head in disbelief, sitting down.
It's probably VAR trying to get. It's probably VAR trying to get some credit back with Mikel Arteta being given a dodgy penalty.
Yeah, your man goes the wrong way. I'm saying Mikel Arteta's loving that penalty, celebrating like a madman. But Pep is in complete disarray, more than you believe. More than you believe. As he usually likes to say.
So just kind of reading what it says. So this is coming from one of the kind of game from the game. So it says penalty to Arsenal. Xhaka lifted the defenders to Nketiah as he has a goal from a tight angle before being clattered into by Ederson. Aki clears it off the line, and once the referee sees it isn't a goal, he points to the spot. So
I can see why Pep would be angry, because usually those go in the favour of the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
the past few weeks, like those kind of decisions, usually you give the goalkeeper the benefit of the doubt, even if you think it's a penalty. Usually they give it to the
Yeah.
like in most games they give it to like the goal. Yep, keepers. Yeah, Pep is not a happy man.
And from what I've just seen there, I don't think it's a penalty. It's very, very soft.
Yeah, that's why the players and Pep instantly went to the linesman.
Yeah, it's very soft.
To give out. Pep was like, and the moment the pen was given and confirmed by VAR, Pep instantly started shaking his head on the bench.
I mean,
no, what was about.
I mean, see from like kind of looking at it, why is it? I mean, that should not be a penalty in a million years, because Ederson's made an actual attempt for the ball. Yes, his momentum's taking him into him. That's not a penalty.
It's the argument of momentum and clear and obvious errors again.
Exactly. I mean, again, we seen in the weekend, the handball, like we said last night, the handball on Souček, saying that he slipped. Nah, come on.
Saying he slipped it, it was just breaking his fall. Just so happened to touch the.
I mean, we've seen before with players like clattering. I mean, take the one a couple. Was it last year or the season before? With no, it was last season when Odegaard in Man City that Ederson takes Odegaard out, and there's no penalty given. So I wish someone would just explain what the referees are seeing to fans, managers, whoever. Please let people know what you're actually giving the penalty for. Simple as, because us fans, we don't know what you're seeing. There goes João Felix against Julian Brandt. Here comes Kai Havertz. Fernandez, that's a handball surely. And it's spun for Kai Havertz. He's got to give it. Oh, he's got to give it into. It's got to be a more. That was better from Chelsea. But that ball's got to be a lot quicker. Watch this. Ziyech is in miles of space, acres of space. Look at this. Look at. He's got the freedom of the centre out in the park. But Chelsea got a corner, 14 minutes gone. Ben Chilwell.
Can they do something from it? Bernardo Silva has now been booked.
That game's not finished with 11. 22 players in the park, 100%.
He clattered Saka down to the ground, Mister.
Oh, it's another corner to Chelsea. Corner conceded by Schlotterbeck, it looks like.
Odegaard to take the free kick. He whips it in, gets to no one there, gets cleared out. It's given back to Odegaard.
João Felix with the ball in.
Martinelli crosses into Kyle Walker, and he'll just clear this now.
A bit of sustained pressure for Chelsea just now.
Yeah, but you need to be able to capitalise on that.
It's Mikael Mudryk. It's a free kick, surely. It is. Free kick given against Borussia Dortmund by Sebastian Haller.
Coming into this is the form that they need to overcome. Chelsea is they've not won in their last 8 away games.
Yeah. It's been a positive start from Chelsea so far. Probably best I've seen him for a while. To be fair. So we've got Reece James and Ben Chilwell over the ball. Reece James whips it in. It's a goal for Chelsea.
Hide the excitement, much my friend.
It's apparently a handball.
He got so excited there, his audio cut out when he was saying that. But it's been given as a handball.
But I need to see this again. Yeah, it is. In fact, that doesn't look like a handball, to be fair. It is. Handball. Yellow card for Thiago Silva.
You got so excited, you're like, it's a goal, and then you just could.
Yeah, because I did not I stopped because I didn't think it was.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was happening. This ref. See, this is why I hate Spanish referees. They start for everything. Play on. Oh, it's a shocker from Thiago Silva. It's an actual shocker. It's a hand of God.
Inner hand of God, inner Suarez when he saved it. There's a bit of a scoop from the.
Yeah. Oh, it's a dodgy touchback from Cobalt.
Ake almost had the most bizarre goal ever scored. He was asking him, but it just goes over.
Is there much left in added on time for that game?
There were 6 minutes of added on time.
It's a chance here for Dortmund. He's absolutely fluffed his lines. Julian Brandt. Is that Brandt? No, it's Marius Wolf. It's a good ball from Bellingham through to Brandt. No, sorry, to Wolf. And he's absolutely fluffed his lines.
Half time here at the Emirates Stadium, 1-1 apiece. With Man City players getting a lot of yellow cards. Something to watch in the second half on that.
Yeah. I mean, Valentine's Day was yesterday, so I mean, must be some delayed love for the Man City
delayed cards for them.
Yeah. Must get lost in the post. That's bright from Ruben Loftus-Cheek. That's unlucky. Actually unlucky. There goes Bellingham. Mudryk over to Wolf.
Chris will not like this, but it's 2-1 between Motherwell and St. Mirren now.
Oh.
Ryan Strain scored.
Strain.
And it's still 1-0 to Real Madrid versus Lecce. A goal by Marco Asensio.
And he's still, we're not at Brussels City against Wigan. Still
goal for Bristol City, 1-0 in that game. Still 0-0 between Preston and Luton. Still 1-0 to Sheffield United. And still 1-0 to Swansea. And still 1-0 to Stoke. And it's 0-0 between West Brom and Blackburn.
That's two badly out of form teams, West Brom and Blackburn at this moment in time.
You're not exactly the best of.
Bellingham trying to get the crowd going. Crowd's been very, very subdued, shall we say. It has been all Chelsea in the first 20 minutes. Chelsea have had the better chances. Obviously, the goal disallowed by from Thiago Silva for a deliberate handball. But
Michael Carrick's Middlesbrough is 1-1.
Oh, good result. That's a big result so far. Keeper's got to come for that, and he's dropped it, but he's picked up again.
The big goal from Michael Carrick.
Kepa balls out to Koulibaly. Koulibaly into Loftus-Cheek. And there goes Reece James.
Scored by their attacking midfielder, Akpom.
Chupa Akpom. He's actually their goal. He's actually their top goal scorer.
Well, he's keeping his form up in that game. In the other game in the Champions League that we are keeping an eye on, it's still 0-0 between Club Brugge and Benfica.
Is it?
Like I said, I was not expecting much goals from the Club Brugge Benfica. Because both teams don't really concede that much this.
Oh. Kind of dulled in a little bit of this game between Chelsea and Dortmund. Just over the halfway mark in this game now. Chelsea, like I said, have been the better of the two so far, creating more kind of chances in the opposing area's box.
Although 2 of your defenders are on yellow cards, which is a worry.
Yeah. So Reece James and Thiago Silva. Thiago's too experienced for that, but he did do something stupid.
But Reece James got it for something that was out of non-existent. I'd be worried about that. The fact this ref is giving for that, you know.
Yeah. Better than lanes out of shot. Just faints it, and in goes away by Thiago Silva. Back in from Marius Wolf, and it is a corner kick to Dortmund. But so, what do you think? What do we think about the game so far? Between Chelsea and Dortmund, and obviously the Arsenal Man City game that you're watching as well.
The Chelsea Dortmund game, I think, is a bit lackluster goal scoring at the moment. You've had opportunities, both sides have had opportunities, but it hasn't really been any substantial.
Yeah.
The only substantial chance was Mr. Scoop handball.
Yep. It's been quite touchy. It's been quite tactical, if you know what I mean. It's been trying. I think the two teams are trying to figure each other out. But ball in from Wolf, well cleared by Koulibaly.
And in the other game, Club Brugge and Benfica, they've only had 2 shots each, 1 on target each.
And that was good pressure from Havertz. Good ball through from João Felix, but just a bit too hefty on it. I mean, I just seen a minute ago that Koulibaly absolutely went right through Mudryk for trying to do a little flick at the edge of the box.
Both of you have had 0 shots on target.
Yeah. That was almost a chance there for Dortmund for Adeyemi. Still got the ball up into Hala. Enzo Fernandez goes to try and tackle. It's chance here for Dortmund. Good block from Thiago Silva. Much needed block from Thiago Silva, and now Chelsea on the break with João Felix. That's surely a foul. Emre Can. dirtiest player in the game.
Yeah, they're showing that penalty incident back on the TV there.
And from your opinion, was it a penalty?
I don't think it was. I think in those situations, like we've seen in many other times, you got to give the goalkeeper the benefit of the.
Most benefit of doubt, yeah. I mean, like I said, it's his momentum. It takes him into him.
Yeah.
So how is he supposed to stop? I mean, he's supposed to deploy a parachute to try and make him stop.
But usually in those kind of games, you need to favor like the goalkeeper and those kinds of stuff. It's the same with collisions. Like we've had it with United where they favored the goalkeeper. Like our striker runs in for the thing, they accidentally clobber each other because they're both going for the
referee, man. Stop.
You know, like both the striker and the goal, they clobber each other, but you give the free kick to the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
And you just tell the striker like.
Like I said, I'm playing devil's advocate here. Do you think that was in relation to what happened with?
It might be. I think VAR is too afraid to make decisions against Arsenal for this particular game. Yeah.
So, see if that's the case. They've ruined a perfectly good game by giving a penalty to Arsenal, who, in my opinion, did not deserve the penalty because it was not a penalty. The referee bottled it. So the
way they've been playing, they deserve the goal, but not from the way they got it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. But who are we? We're just people, again, like I said last time, we're just people behind the screen talking about this for fun. We don't know anything. Even though we could probably tell most of the referees how to do their job. So, yeah.
I can tell you what, I can draw a line.
Exactly.
Give me a piece of paper, a pen, and I can draw a line for you, probably.
It's not. Again, it's not like it's hard. That's why they've got the lines on the pitch to help them draw a line. If you can quite clearly see if the green bit, the dark green bit is that plays ahead of that bit, then he's offside.
That's why the Champions League made their own automated version of the offside.
And we've seen that to great effect last night with Mbappe when his goal was disallowed. So it does work. So you wonder maybe next season do the Premier League go the same route and bring in the automated?
Because we saw the automated for offsides shown in the World Cup now and again too. They used it for offsides and that.
Hakim Ziyech for a shot.
I feel like for offside decisions, you might as well just use the machine to do the offside. Yeah. Do everything else with like yourself, like the handball decision, but like do.
Like you said, it takes out the human error out of the game.
And at least the offsides position just let the computer determine whether it's offside. Because then we actually saw, like in those ones, the automated one, you see it then later play back to you. You can see the position of like what we saw in the final with France versus Argentina. We saw that Varane played someone onside by his ass, according to the computer. Yep. So in those decisions, whereas the linesman might have said, "Oh, it's offside," he clearly isn't the line, but the computer said, "No, his ass is playing him onside."
It's a free kick in a dangerous position for Chelsea.
Real Madrid have gone 2-0 up. Benzema.
Back amongst the goals, the Ballon d'Or winner.
Exactly. Probably won't be winning the Ballon d'Or again.
Koulibaly, Felix. Ooh. How's he offside? Like, not offside there. Oh, that's close. Oh, Fernandez wins the ball. God, man, Jesus Christ.
To be honest, if those decisions were offside like that, I would let it run on and let the computer sort it up. Like
Exactly.
if they don't score, they don't score. Just to play on. But like if you do score, then just leave it to the computer to.
Yeah, 100% agree.
According to Thomas Partey, apparently has a muscular injury.
I see that. Apparently, it's
It's
been.
thought to not be that serious. Around 6 to 8 weeks is what they reckon.
Oh, that's about 6 to 8 weeks. That's what's that? 6 games virtually.
Yeah,
And
but that's a not serious muscle injury because muscle injuries could have put you out for like
yeah,
a couple of months.
Yeah. Joe Felix. He's got to score. He's got to
Gives
score.
it back to João Felix and then just goes over them.
He's got to score. Keep it down, man. Keep it down.
I mean, even if he doesn't score, you gotta at least get that as a shot on target.
Yeah.
Like I don't mind if you don't score as long as you actually hit the target with those kind of shots, you know.
See, I'm happy the way Chelsea are playing right now because they're actually creating chances. They're looking more effective going forward.
That was your first actual shot, by the way.
Yeah. But you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, but I'm saying that was a good shot, but that was the first registered shot that Chelsea have had.
Yeah.
In this half. Because the others were taken off because of offsides.
And handball.
Whereas none of you still have had a shot on target.
Yeah.
That's the problem between these two sides at the moment. None of you can register a shot on target.
I mean, like you said, it has been a midfield battle. That's a bad balls away, surely.
It's going to come down to who can register their first shot on target.
Yeah. Chilwell's bottled that challenge there. Corner kick to Borussia Dortmund. Oh, excuse me.
Like I said about the Real Madrid game, out of any of the games they have coming up, that was the one you'd expect Real Madrid to win.
Arieme with a shot that goes way over the bar.
They play Lecce, Osasuna, and then Liverpool. They have a tough week. When they play Liverpool, they actually have a tough week.
They've got Barcelona that.
No. They go Liverpool, and then they play at the weekend Atletico Madrid, then Barca.
I knew it was the other way. I knew it was one of the ways. I knew they had Barcelona coming up soon.
Yeah, they have Liverpool, Atletico Madrid, then Barca.
Then Liverpool again. The second leg. Is the first leg at the Bernabeu? Is that Anfield the first leg?
First leg is at Anfield.
Because Liverpool finished second in the group, didn't they? Liverpool. Yeah.
Liverpool needed to beat Napoli by 5 goals to top them.
Yeah.
At that point. But they only managed to win that game 2-0.
That was after Napoli absolutely hammered them in the Diego Maradona Arena.
The first leg,
Yeah. 35 minutes gone here at the Signal Iduna Park. It's still currently Borussia Dortmund 0, Chelsea 0. Quick run around the scores in the other leagues.
The Man City game has started for the second half.
Still half time at Bristol City 1, Wigan 0, Preston nothing and Luton nothing each. Stoke still 1 up against Huddersfield. Swansea still 1 up against Blackpool. Sheffield United are currently 1 each with Middlesbrough, and still West Brom 0, Blackburn 0. Any changes for Man City or Arsenal in the second half?
I will let you know. Not that it looks like.
Good closing down by Havertz there.
Does not look like he's made any changes yet. No manager has made changes. They put out the same. It was kind of interesting coming into this game, him playing Tommy Asu instead of his usual Ben White that he's been playing as right back.
Yeah, Ben White had a bit of a knock. Like I said,
he is on the bench though.
He is on the bench. Yeah, I think it's just a slight knock he had on him. So don't think it's as bad. So done, Kai.
Whereas the goal that they conceded was more Tommy Asu's fault in that kind of instance.
Yeah. I don't rate that Tommy Asu at all. I think he's a bit hit and miss. Oh, lucky.
I still don't rate Kai Havertz as a striker.
Nah, he's not a striker. He needs. See if Chelsea get an actual striker, he'll flourish. He'll absolutely flourish.
Kai Havertz the more the person you want behind a proper striker.
Yeah.
Not...
Chance here for Dortmund with Bellingham. Yeah. In the killer's hands. Here's Havertz into Ziyech. Got nobody in front of him. Here goes Kai Havertz. It's Kai Havertz. Needs help. Yo, Felix. Oh, he's hit the ball.
Getting closer in that game.
Oh, he's so unlucky.
Unlucky from Mr. João Felix. Very lucky from a Dortmund perspective. If you're Dortmund, you're kissing that post.
Joe, I'm just looking at that Man City bench. They don't really have that much they can change it with.
Yes, and speaking of the player we were talking about before, Tommy Asu has been booked.
This is the prize.
For time wasting. In the 48 time wasting in the 48 minutes.
Wow. I mean, let's say they're looking at a Man City bench. They've got a Kanji, they've got Laporte, they've got
Alvarez and Foden that they is the only two.
And they can bring on Calvin Phillips as well. That's only three players that can maybe influence a change in the game.
Because the others are just like defensive changes, and you don't need that now. You need more attacking.
So, funnily enough, he's the second player to get booked in this game for time wasting. Mr. Tommy Asu.
Been an interesting game.
It's kind of what we kind of thought it was going to be. It's going to be a tight, compact game. Chances galore, but with a lot of incidents, especially after the weekend especially Arsenal and their VAR controversies.
So you know those mini like prefab hotels that they had in Qatar?
Yeah.
Those accommodate. They're being now shipped to Turkey and Syria to house the displaced families. So fair play to Qatar.
About 10 between 10 to 50,000 or something like that going over.
Fair play to Qatar for moving them. They weren't using them anymore after the war.
Here comes Chelsea again. Ball in. It's Kai Havertz. That's unlucky. Ball was kind of played a little behind him. Tried to do a flick. Ball from Bellingham. Thiago Silva reads that perfectly. Picked up by Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I'm not really saying much of Ruben Loftus-Cheek, but he's been doing the dirty work. Sometimes that's what you need in that midfield, is let a player doing the dirty work before you don't need to say their name as much. Enzo Fernandez strolling that midfield.
I mean, I know
He's-
from a United perspective, one of like the 08-07 team, like Michael Carrick was doing a lot of work
Yeah.
because you never really gave him recognition because you kind of just you wouldn't
Done it.
notice him, but he was doing a lot of the
The
dirty
dirty
work
work.
for the others to get the headlines.
Here goes Mudryk. Ooh. Mudryk with some questionable
Like you
tattoos
would
on his
notice if
neck.
Michael Carrick wasn't there, but like when he is there, you don't notice him
Yeah.
because he's doing the hard. You only notice how much you need those type of players when they're not playing.
Oh, Mr. Bolly in the stadium.
I was wondering if he could buy Dortmund.
He probably could, to be
Don't.
fair.
He's just like it's like whoever plays.
Hey.
He's just saying to the director that he hired, if any of them play good, tell me. I'll give you the money.
Hey, you'll probably be looking at a certain Jude Bellingham.
Yeah, he's literally gonna tell like the director, like, let me know if any of these are good players that I put him to buy,
Like,
because he won't know.
what is going on? This ref, man. Give me a fucking headache. Poor
A
referee.
little more shove on the keeper.
I've seen better. I've seen worse, and nothing get done. I mean,
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from, but I can see why that little bit of shove on the keeper.
Julian
There's a reason
Brand.
why he gave the.
Chill's been sent for a hot dog. Oh. Yes, I don't know if it's in the corner or not. I don't know if Kepa saved it or not.
It looked like he saved it.
Nah, he doesn't. It's gone completely wide.
The way Kepa was moving, it did look like he saved it.
Yeah, Kepa had it covered. So that's probably been Chelsea's most improved player this under Potter is Kepa. He's been given a lot more confidence, and it's shown.
It's kind of badly reflected on Mendy.
Exactly. I mean, Mendy.
One has had an upturn in form. The other is a downturn in.
Yeah, majorly.
And Nicholas Otamendi has been booked in the other game.
Again, no surprise there. Otamendi's he's a bit of a loose cannon, isn't he? Big Nicholas.
Yep. He's a bit of a loose
cannon. Couple of minutes to go to half time. I'll say Chelsea will probably be the happier of the two. They've created a few chances. They've hit the bar. They've had a goal disallowed for handball. But
you've now had 5 chances.
Chelsea have had the better of the actual play.
They've had 11 shots. You've had 5 shots.
Yeah.
Both still have yet to have a shot on target.
Do you know, I've been very, very, very impressed with Enzo Fernandez in that midfield. I'm very impressed with him.
It is very much a midfield battle, but one of these really needs to get a shot on target for my liking.
It's a foul. Surely that's a foul, referee. So he doesn't give that as a foul, but it gives the slight touch on the keeper a foul.
It is 3-0 to Real Madrid. Coming up to half time. It's that man again, Mr. Ballon d'Or.
Mr. Benzema.
Getting his second of the game.
Half time at the Sidney Iduna Park. It's accompanied by Bayern Munich. Borussia Dortmund 0.
They won't
Chelsea.
like you calling them that.
No. They're very much better. They probably are the same. Do you know?
And the other game, it's Club Brugge 0, Benfica 0.
So quickly do this and quickly sign into this. And for fuck's sake. Need to quickly do this. Okay, give me 2 seconds.
It's halftime 3-0 to Real Madrid. VAR review.
Yep. Yes, absolutely.
Yep, the archback foot.
I hate VAR. Absolutely hate it.
Yeah. Chalked off a goal.
Oh, pardon me.
Pep hates VAR too. He put his head in the sands.
I think everyone puts their heads in their hands when it comes to VAR decisions nowadays.
Unless it's good as for you, then you're like,
Yeah.
oh, it's mad. One minute the decision goes your way, you're like, I love VAR, and then the next you're like, I absolutely hate VAR. Should get rid of it. That's how it is in some decisions. For example, that controversial goal from Man United versus like Man City with the Bruno. I loved VAR that day. First of all, when it comes up like, ah, damn it, I hate VAR, and then it goes like goal given, you're like, yes, love VAR, always have.
Excuse me.
The robot needs to find some extra charge. I'm gonna quickly go grab some food on
No problem.
for the second half of this riveting Champions League match.
That's a bit of an interesting one. Riyad Mahrez coming off for Manu Akanji. Yellow card for Jack Grealish there as well for mouthing up to the referee. Yellow card for Nketiah. This game's getting a wee bit heated. Oh. Like I said earlier on, guys, I think this is going to be one of those ones. They're just going to. This team's not going to finish with 22 players in the park. There's going to be someone going to get sent off either because Man City or Arsenal. I'm going to probably say the latter. I'm going to say probably Arsenal. They're getting too caught up in the environment. Someone's going to get sent off. Massive chance there for Arsenal. Massive chance there for Arsenal. Back to the Chelsea game now. Weird advert. So, guys, how do you think the games are going to go today? Obviously, Chelsea, not each with Borussia Dortmund. Still currently Arsenal 1, Man City 1, Club Brugge versus Benfica. It's been it's been a very quiet game in the Champions League so far. I mean, like I said, Chelsea are nothing each, Benfica nothing each. Not very many things going right for them. Hello, Mr. Boom. Welcome back.
Hello. More expected with the form of these teams.
Yeah.
Today in the Champions League. Blackpool has had a red card.
Watching some of that Arsenal game there, they're definitely one of the teams is definitely not best relevant players on the park. Both are getting too hyped up in the atmosphere. Zinchenko's leading the orchestra.
Well, the ref is slightly biased towards Arsenal, in my opinion, from what I've seen.
Yeah. Well, it is Mr. Anthony Taylor, so obviously, I mean, he hates anyone who wears blue. Is that a cheeky pot noodle you've got there?
A pot of noodles.
See, I had two big double steak burgers for my dinner tonight as well. And chips.
I had salmon and chips from now and then.
So I'm definitely not hungry. So I won't be hungry until tomorrow morning.
Yeah, but I see Blackpool have got themselves a player sent off. And Swansea, so Swansea are playing against the team of 10 men.
Oh, excuse me.
And Preston has gone down to 10 men.
A lot of red cards. Just gonna have a little look. Ben Whiteman gets sent off. It's the Arsenal boy, Charlie Patino, gets sent off for Blackpool.
Yep.
Here comes Chelsea.
Second yellow card for that man.
Yeah. Here comes Chelsea out for the second
those
half.
who are interested in women's football, the Welsh women are 1-0 up against the Filipinos.
Scottish one got beat up at Iceland today.
And the French women are up 1-0 against the Danish women. Scotland women didn't do too well.
Nah, they got 2-0, beat 2-0 off Iceland.
We hate to see it.
Yep. See that person that stand beside Mr. Reid there, Mr. Billy Reid there. He used to be Hamilton Accies manager in Scotland. He's now the Chelsea assistant manager.
I love to see it. The Irish women don't play till next week.
Oh, do they not?
They play a friendly against China.
China.
As you do.
Oh, excuse me, what? So if you're Graham Potter, how long do you give it before you make a change?
I don't think you do it quite well. Man City have just taken the lead.
Haaland. By any chance?
No, Jono's favourite player.
Jack. Yes. Go on.
Arsenal tried to clear it. It went straight back to Bernardo. Haaland. Bernardo gives it to Haaland. Haaland gives it to Gundogan, and Gundogan lays it off for Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish buries it into top. Takes a slight deflection of a defending Tomiyasu, but it goes right into the left-hand corner there.
Beautiful. Things you love to see.
Things Jono doesn't love to see. Jack Grealish happy.
I don't know why he's got an actual vendetta against him. He's actually a good player when he wants to be.
I mean, I can understand if he was Irish because we don't like him, because he could have also played for us at youth level. He's not as bad as Declan Rice, who played for us at senior level.
Yeah.
At least I don't have that much hate for Jack Grealish because he at least didn't take a senior cap for us before. So he at least didn't string us along for too long, like Declan Rice did.
Yep, very much so. So Chelsea have got possession of the ball midway inside Borussia Dortmund's half.
My only problem with Jack Grealish, he goes down quite a lot.
Yeah, he does get, if he gets a touch, he does go down like a sack of spuds.
But it's justice for them to be in the lead, Man City, at this point after that dodgy penalty. I talked to my dad, he was like, that was not a pen.
I mean, surprised that it's not this goal's not being flagged for offside because reasons.
Yeah, my dad says you can pretty much tell that the ref is giving Arsenal decisions because of
what's happened at the weekend.
What happened at the weekend. And Middlesbrough have taken the lead.
Oh, big. Good ball from Mudryk.
Cameron Archer.
Oh.
Cameron Archer with the goal. And Wigan have equalised.
It's a great ball from Mudryk into Cho. Good defending by Emre Can there.
And that's a Middlesbrough on 2-1 up. And Wigan Athletic have now brought it to 1-1. Everything kicking off around the world of Benfica have now taken the lead.
Nice.
And it's João Mario.
The old timer.
Yeah.
Maybe when he played for West Ham for like a season and they couldn't get him, they couldn't sign him permanently because there was like something to do with financials or something like that. And
yeah, but he has made it 1-0 to Benfica. The defense of Club Brugge has finally been cracked. To Scott Parker's dismay.
Booking there for Bellingham. There's nothing in that at all.
Jack Grealish has now been subbed off for Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, Phil Foden.
I was going to say Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, Phil Foden. It said Kevin, and then my thing refreshed. You know,
he's playing. So if you're Graham Potter, are you happy with the result at this moment in time?
Martinelli's out and Trossard's on.
Yeah, I just seen that there. So like I said, I see if you're Graham Potter, you're coming away from home to a difficult place.
One Graham Potter in my fortunes at the moment, I would take it as it is now because we had the chances.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a good touch by Havertz and the week. Oh, good challenge. Very good challenge in that midfield there. Again, Ruben Loftus-Cheek does what he does best and wins the ball back very quickly. Havertz gives the ball away as quick as he gets it, but he's fouled.
Yeah, apparently the substitution for the Jack Grealish was because of apparent injury, I think.
Well, he'd just been booked as well, so so it might have been a bit of both.
Because he has a plus symbol. He has the hospital symbol next to his thing on the one that I both think. So I think it might have been a slight.
Yeah, he's got an injury, yeah. And there goes Felix into Mudryk. Bit too hefty in the pass, but Mudryk's still there. Well intercepted by Koulibaly. Nice by Mudryk, and back to Koulibaly. Koulibaly, the left wing back at this moment in time. Into Felix, into Havertz. Oh, well defended by the...
Another red card. There's now been a red card at Huddersfield Town.
It's...
Got a red card at Huddersfield Town. Stoke still 1-0 up there, but now Huddersfield are down to 10 men.
William Boyle. So good ball from Enzo Fernandez into Ziyech. Ziyech whips a ball in, but it's far too heavy. Far too heavy. It's easy for Como.
It is still 2-1 to Motherwell in the Scottish Premiership. And like we said, it's 1-0 to Benfica.
It's a penalty by Yao Mario. So guys, if you are watching on YouTube, please hit that like button and subscribe button. Helps us out a great bunch. If you are watching on Facebook, again, like and share that on Facebook as well as on Twitch. Give us a follow on Twitch. We are here every night. We have been for the last 3 nights. So we've got tomorrow night. We've got the Barcelona versus Manchester United game. Boom's had a crazy week this week. He's again going to be on comms with Jono this time, taking you live through the Barcelona versus Manchester United game tomorrow night. And then I think we've got more watch-alongs next week, I believe. I think, yes, we have. We've got Liverpool versus Real Madrid next Tuesday night. So we've got plenty more to come. We've got videos coming out daily now. We've got some new stuff coming out as well. Not going to go too much into it, but we have got some good stuff coming out. So please, if you are interested, please give it a follow on, like and subscribe our content.
Next Tuesday, we also have Napoli and Frankfurt, which Napoli have been quite impressive.
There goes Reece James. And my stream's froze it. Oh. I think there could be a red card here, by the way, for Mr. Jude Bellingham. Because he absolutely wiped out Ruben Loftus. That's a second yellow card. I'm sorry, that's a second yellow card.
Emre Can got booked, though.
Yeah, Bellingham should be off. Bellingham should be off.
They missed the other one. He only saw Emre Can.
So here's a. So right, he got booked there, but he got booked earlier on. He got booked in the 49th minute as well. He should have been booked there. So the referee. So this is what I'm saying. So he's missed a clear and obvious error. So why is VAR not getting involved? Because that's a potential red card offence. It's 3-1 to Man City.
Yes, that just happened. The robot himself.
Yes, Mr. Haaland. That's massive for Man City.
Got himself off fraud watch. He's on fraud watch until today. He went missing against Villa, so I put him back on fraud watch. He's got himself off it. Swansea did concede to go 1-1, but now they've just got it back thanks to an own goal from Blackpool.
Reece James with a wicked free kick there. Good, well saved by the keeper. Havertz.
The goal is Gundogan, just go it in there, gets it to De Bruyne. De Bruyne with a nice pass to Holland. Holland just scoops in to that defense of Arsenal. Just like a shot straight into. Beautiful work goal by Man. That was a proper Man City type of goal that, that's what they've been missing in the other games, that intricate passing between each other. Xhaka has been taken out for Vieira. And once again, Arteta, the one he hasn't been able to beat is Pep.
Very much so. And this second half started a lot brighter for Chelsea. That's another shot on target there from Chelsea. Ball whips in. Oh, just slides under Havertz.
You're finally getting shots on target, which was the problem in the first half. None of you got shots on target. I did say it all depends on who gets the first shot on target. And in
I think whoever wins this game, or see if somebody doesn't concede, I can see. I think Chelsea will go through, in my opinion. But it's a poor ball. What was that?
And Ben White has come on for Tomiyasu.
I think the game's gone for Arsenal, sadly. That third goal's just literally killed them.
But City can do that to anyone on their days.
Yeah.
They've just not had their day a lot recently.
They've been very poor recently, and that's a poor ball. It's Adiemi Brand. Oh, it's well said by Kepa.
And this result, as things stand, puts Man City on top.
With a comfortable goal difference as well.
With a comfortable goal difference, although Arsenal do still have one game in hand.
Who's that against?
I have no idea.
Enzo, try to dip it in front of him. Let's have a look at the table. So Arsenal play. I think it might be against Everton, to be fair. Yes, it is Everton. Yeah. Arsenal versus Everton, that's the game. 1st of March is.
I see.
But I don't know why that game is postponed.
That might have been the one for the Queen, where a lot of them were.
Oh, yeah, so it was.
Because this Man City one was just because they had to play a Europa League game.
The Europa League. Yeah, the Europa League game on the Thursday night. That's right.
This was the Europa League.
Yeah.
Postponed game.
Yeah, because the postponed game was maybe one. That's right. That's right.
Because they had the Europa League game cancelled for the Queen as well, so they.
Yeah. So it's against Everton. They'll game against it on the 1st of March. Wednesday night, the 1st of March.
And I already have beaten them once. You could probably do it again.
And
it's not easy. Arsenal could end up dropping points. Because I did say before this, February is not a good month for
Arsenal now.
For Arsenal, their form-wise, traditionally throughout the years. And they don't have an easy fixture next against Kings, our fellow Kings, Aston Villa.
I get is that at
That is at Villa
yeah.
Park.
Mr. Unai Emery coming back, maybe come back and haunt them.
Yep. And then they have a trip to, now currently in form based on the last 2 games, at the King Power Stadium.
Leicester, yeah.
Leicester play United and Arsenal back-to-back, so they'll want a performance of both. And if United end up beating them, they definitely want a performance against Arsenal. Like, they don't want to be losing 2 in a row.
Yeah, definitely.
Kevin De Bruyne has been substituted for Calvin Phillips.
Shutting up shop then.
Yep.
It was like.
And Pep seems to be happy with the 3-1 victory.
It's a corner here for Chelsea. That's too easy for Como to get a fist on. Mudryk picks up to Enzo Fernandez, to Hakim Ziyech. Pings it back over to Joao Felix. Lovely touch.
In the other game, Stoke City are now 2-0 up against Huddersfield.
Mudryk, Enzo Fernandez, leave it for Mudryk Fernandez.
And Luton is 1-0 up against 10 men Preston North End.
Very interested to see if Potter makes a change. Just thinking he can maybe bring
Chris
on.
thinks Enzo should have left it for the other.
He should have left it. So left it for Mudryk.
Potter is currently chatting to his man beside him on the bench.
I mean, probably the 2 I would probably say is bring on Kovacic and bring on Mount. That's what 2 I would say you can probably bring on just now. And if Timmy's not 100%, Chilwell's not 100%, bring on Cucurella for Mount. It's a handball. Oh, what a save. Chelsea getting closer.
You always got to look at, like, maybe as Zakaria could change, maybe even.
I think Mount's probably Mount and Kovacic is the probably 2 you look at. Look at this again. That's a penalty. Nah, maybe not. His arm is by his side. Can I grasp his throws here?
There's definitely been a goal somewhere.
Somewhere. It's definitely it's not similar good in the park. In fact, is it? It is.
It is from Dortmund. Mr. FM Wonder Kid.
So we get denied a penalty in the first half. Bellingham should be sent off in the second half.
Yep. And then FM Wonder Kid, Andy Amy. It's a bit of a sucker punch for a.
Fucking, it's the way it is. It should this shouldn't be a thing.
It's unlucky for, like, you wear the more likely to score on the thing and then just one.
No, but I'm just saying that.
No, I'm saying the decisions you were right to be argued, but I'm saying you were the more likely to score, and then just one lapse in one true ball over the top has your defense completely in no man's land. There's this one ball over the top of, and the only one there is Enzo Fernandez to try and do something to stop it. It beats everyone else. He's the only one keeping pace, is Endo. For that goal, you know?
No, the way I see it is the referees again are not doing their jobs correctly. Because that ball came from Bellingham. He should not be even on the park.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're right to argue about that. I'm saying, but that ball It was from a defensive point of view. If you ignore the bad refereeing, atrocious that only one ball over the top can do you out like that. Whether players should be on the pitch or not is a different argument that we can get into that one side with the refs' decisions. But defensively, Chelsea should not be done out by that. Arsenal fans are looking very depressed. Over there, Chris. I switched to the Arsenal game. They're looking very depressed, the Arsenal fan.
Again, the referee, missing a clear corner kick, and he doesn't... Yeah, I mean, Arsenal fans have got every right to be depressed. I mean, they're sitting at the top of the league, but they were sitting at the top of the league. But, yeah.
This was always what we said on paper, their biggest test.
Yeah.
To see if they were actually champion material, is to beat Man City, the defending champions.
Yeah.
It just means that they will have to beat them when they play them at the Etihad now. You need to end up beating one of the. Although we kept up our streak of there's at least a goal in our watch along, Chris.
Yep.
Yeah, sadly, it's not the goal you wanted.
No, but I'm still pissed off at this referee. He's costing the game. Yeah, he's literally he's costing the game for Chelsea. But Borussia Dortmund should be doing it 10 men. Chelsea should have had a penalty, and yeah, he's not doing his job right. Again, UEFA officials, every official in world football at this moment in time needs to reset their refereeing badges because they are terrible.
I've seen that Haaland goal back again, and Rashford's going to be claiming that because he did the. Rashford's going to be posting that on his Instagram later, like, oh, another one that did my. Not it wasn't Ruben Neves' celebration, it's mine. I
mean, Dortmund having been in this game the second half, and they're still running up. That's the way Chelsea are at the moment. They get done by a thummy, by a soft goal, and then.
Oh, Preston have equalised, and it's the person I slag off for not being able to score, Troy Parrott.
Score from the penalty spot.
By the way, it has ended 3-1 to Man City.
Yeah.
Man City are back on top of the Premier League table for now. Arsenal have been given a little bit bite of reality that they're not smooth sailing. In their title race, they've been given a little bit of a.
What's going to be? What's Arteta's complaint going to be this time?
I don't know. But it's quite interesting. It's a little bit of a reality check because the Arsenal fans were getting a little bit too ahead of themselves lately. Yeah. Celebrating the league before they even had too much of a test. This will just reset the boundary like, oh, there's actually a fight. We're not just by ourselves because that's what they very much had the idea that we're the best. We're by ourselves. No one's being near us. But now they got a little bit by the reality of like, oh shit, there is actually still a challenge behind us.
Stop trying to do flex Madrid and play the fucking game properly.
Is he doing what Anthony does for us when he plays?
Yeah. He tried to do a back heel mid-air. I know. Here comes Mason Mount and Kukurea, who's Kukurea will be coming on for probably Ben Chilwell, who's Mount coming on for.
Although this game did show, the Man City game, it does show that Nketiah might not be the full answer at this moment in time, because as he could have had a hat trick today, Nketiah.
Yeah. I still don't. I've never rated Nketiah. He had a couple.
I was saying today he could have had a
Yeah.
hat trick, and like if they had like him, even Jesus probably would have scored two of those three chances that Nketiah had for the gilt edge chances. He could have easily had a hat trick, even more goals than Nketiah. But it heats up the title race. That result.
Yep, definitely.
What do you need for a proper title race? That result was needed. Kind of scares. It scares it back into a title race potential, because the beginning of the season, Arsenal were going ahead of everyone and no one was near, but now it's the February month. Like, Arsenal fans kind of shot, because I was hearing one person talking about it, and then the Arsenal fans shot him down with that, saying that there's nothing in that. This is a different Arsenal team than the ones that failed around February most years.
He's coming off your music.
But there's definitely something in the February for Arsenal. They don't do too well in the month of February. And I can imagine Unai Emery wants nothing more than to ruin Arsenal's day.
Wouldn't you? After the way he treated them, after the way Arsenal fans treated them.
Mm-hmm. He wants himself to be on good weekend. I assume me and Emery are quite good friends. He wants to be on good weekend just so he could say good evening.
Good evening.
He wants that to be the intro for good weekend. Bad weekend, this one. Good evening.
This referee's lost the plot.
Ziyech is completely not happy.
Really? So he wins ahead and he gets booked for it?
Yeah. Well, he more got booked for complaining by calling the ref an idiot.
Oh, he is an idiot.
Well, I agree with that, Chris, but that's why he got booked for. He got booked for tapping his head like ref. You stupid. That's what he got booked for. More so than the actual foul. He gets booked after doing the head tap. He's stupid. And Middlesbrough have scored again. 3-1 to Middlesbrough now.
Nice.
Cameron Archer again, his second goal of the second half. And Oliver McBurney has gotten a yellow card for an argument.
Again, that is no surprise. Right, go on. Still in.
West Brom are 1-0 up, and it's another Irishman, Jason Malumbi. The Irish midfielder, Jason Malumbi, has scored for West Brom.
He's a right back, isn't he?
Jason Malumbi is a midfielder.
Is he a midfielder?
The youngster midfielder. He's played more times for Ireland than he has for clubs, to be honest with you, but
Because the Irish manager likes him.
yeah.
Stephen Kenny.
That's because Stephen Kenny first started with the under-21.
Yeah, that's how he knows him.
So that was the idea of Stephen Kenny. We gave him the under-21 so he could get used to the future and then determine
if he was good enough.
Because the main team we don't have too much faith in, so that's why we needed the youngsters to come.
Yeah.
Through.
I just wonder how fit Kovacic is, by the way, because I would get him in that midfield ahead of Ruben Loftus-Cheek just now. Get him on the park.
Yeah. The only thing good for you is that the second leg is at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah. But see,
so if you can keep it like 1-0 is not the end of the world to take the Stamford Bridge. 1-0 behind. Although it doesn't work for for Graham Potter's 2 + 2 is 4 in the press conference.
Yeah.
Gonna have to do max with 1. His next press conference is gonna. It's only 1, so we get 2. Then 2 + 1 is 3. That's what he's gonna be on.
See, this is what the problem is now. So obviously Chelsea are 1-0 down. So Dortmund they don't need to go and do anything. They can just sit back and defend now.
Indeed.
I don't think Reece James is offside there. Nah, he is miles off. It's very frustrating, this game, because Chelsea been the better side for the majority of the game, and they find themselves 1 down.
Well, the second half, definitely. I don't think either side was the best in the first half. I think it was very just
Chelsea had the better opportunity, not opportunities, but kind of better play.
But I argue when there's no side gets a shot on target, it's not. No side really had the best. They might have had the better chances, but they're not really the better team at that point. You're off target. Although in the first half, Felix should have got that on target.
Yeah.
At least a shot over the bar that he had. That was the more one that should have been a shot on target in the first half to use.
Yeah, definitely.
Reece James having a hug.
Rafa Guerrero. He's a good player. I like Rafa Guerrero. Every time I play Football Manager, like with Celtic or whatever, if he was out of contract, I'll always try and sign him because he's always a good player.
And he's getting a yellow card.
Yeah, for pulling down Ziyech.
Yep. Can they do something from the free kick?
No. Resounding no. Oh, pardon me. Go on, Ziyech. Koulibaly. It's in. Surely that's in.
Players are calling for it. They were. Defensive celebration from the defense.
It's off the line. It's off the line.
Defensive celebrations from the team. That's the closest that Chelsea have gotten to scoring.
Yeah.
Denied by Mr. Emre Can.
Again, that player who shouldn't be on the park.
In the game, Stoke City are now 3-0 up. Against Huddersfield. A lot of work to do for the incoming Huddersfield manager. Real Madrid are still winning 3-0. Benzema has just been subbed for Diaz.
Go on.
And Motherwell are still 2-1 up against St. Mirren.
God damn it, Ziyech, man. Lift it.
And it's still 1-0 to Benfica in the other game. No changes to that game. Very much dominated by Benfica in the second half. With they've had 12 shots in total to Club Brugge's 4, 3 on target for Benfica to 1 for Club Brugge. And that was in the first half for Club Brugge, that one. And full time in the Swansea game, and it's 2-1 to Swansea, thanks to a Machu goal and an own goal from Callum Connolly to give the 3 points to Swansea. And Stoke game has ended 3-0 to Stoke. And Bristol City Wigan has ended 1-1. And Luka Modric has made it 4-0 to Real Madrid.
Literally everyone said that Bellingham should be sent off. Even
I mean, you even said it was clearly a second yellow.
So it should be a second yellow.
But they missed it.
That's what I'm saying. So that's. I mean, is it that? Well, VAR should be there for mistakes like that.
Yeah, but see, VAR doesn't do like yellow card mistakes.
Yeah, but,
it should. But I'm saying it should, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't do like checking for another yellow card. If it was a straight red, it would have checked it, but like it doesn't do yellow cards. And Motherwell has beaten St. Mirren 2-1.
And it's not defended by Reece James.
But yeah, I do argue when it comes to if it's a second yellow, they should check it if the second yellow means a red card.
Yeah.
There should be an advocate where we don't check. It should be that we don't check yellow cards unless it's like
it's before we got the ball.
No, but I'm saying we should say don't check yellow cards unless that yellow card leads to a red card. Then we should check it.
I'm literally sick to death. That's referee, man.
Yeah, your players were calling for something there.
So Sula, Havertz spun Sula. I mean, here it is again. Look at this. Right, so he's dragging him back, dragging him back. Doesn't get anywhere near the ball. So why are they not checking it?
I'm locked between the two of them.
Exactly. Sula pulled his jersey at the start to try and stop him get away from him. But again, it's just Chelsea's luck. Just now, if they had luck, they would have. If they had luck, they would have no luck. That's the way.
Preston and Luton draw 1-1 after Preston went down to 10 men, and Luton then took the lead. A lucky Troy Parrott penalty goal got at least a point for Preston. There's only 2 games still in the championship going, and that is Middlesbrough 3-1 up against Sheffield United, and West Bromwich Albion 1-0 up against Blackburn Rovers. And our other game in La Liga is 4-0 to Real Madrid against bottom of the La Liga table. And still Benfica 1, Club Brugge 0.
Go on, yo. Go on. Okay, go past them. Nice. Getting absolutely nothing here, Chelsea. Absolutely nothing.
And the Wales women won 1-0 against the Filipinos. It is still 1-0 to the French women against the Danish.
Yeah.
As they gear up the friendlies between now and the Women's World Cup in the summer.
Excuse me.
Who doesn't want the MLS preseason? The San Jose Earthquakes are 4-1 up against Minnesota United.
I wonder when
And St.
Gormy seems St. Louis City's playing.
St. Louis City, they're currently playing as well.
Are they? Did they get
St.
on?
Louis City are 2-1 up against New York City.
Oh, Gormy will be happy.
They got a good start to their preseason. The MLS preseason gives you an indication of the matches to come.
That is terrible.
Cormy will be happy because they're winning, and then also Swansea won. And in the other game, we have a goal to Benfica. It is 2-0 to Benfica. David Neres.
David Neres.
Yes.
Ex-Ajax player.
Coming off of the bench. This scored the second goal. In the 88th minute, it is 2-0 to Benfica. I would say, coming back to Benfica, you would say that possibly is game done for Benfica with the second goal.
Yeah.
They should have the capabilities to see that out in the second leg in their home ground to Club Brugge, like I said, hasn't really scored that many goals as a whole.
Nah, not at all. It's a bit of a baptism of fire for Scott Parker as well. Again, against one of Europe's big hitters, if you will, former big hitters in Benfica.
And currently up and coming, like they're very impressive.
Yeah. Come on, Chelsea, stop tip-tapping around, just go for it.
It's very much last chance saloon in this for first leg for Chelsea. They gotta kind of just go for it. They're passing it about a bunch.
Referees, again, ruining the game.
The best Man City goal scoring season was 26 from Aguero. Holland matched that today with his goal. 26. So he now has 15 games to score one goal to beat it. Do you think he'll do it, Chris? 15 to score one goal?
I don't think so. He's not that good.
It's a big ask, I know. Big ask. That goal's not to stop it at Chelsea, I think. That's a sent him off. Chris is calling for blood. Yellow card was the decision, but there is a fight. There's a scrap.
No, see, the thing is, Ryerson started all that. There was absolutely no need for him to do what he done.
Bit of a scrap happening. Okay, VR, show me someone strangling someone in the net and send them off for me, would you? Do me some. You know, little Man United thing, Chris. Show me one player that accidentally strangled someone. Come on. Mo's Day is pushing Jude Bellingham away from the incident. Because he has lost the school a bit, Jude Bellingham. You have to admit that.
See, that's that right. So that's a booking. That's a booking. That's a booking.
Saying they should just pick one and send them off because that's what happened to Casemiro.
Seraph. Again, Bellingham's involved, so that's again a second yellow card, and same as Emre Can.
Well, that's why Modesty started pushing Bellingham out of there. You know. Blackburn have equalised to Diaz.
Yeah, who's going to Villarreal next season apparently.
But he's now Ben Diaz is now equalised. It's now 1-1 between West Brom, who took the lead to the Irishman Jason Malumbi, but Diaz has equalised for them. And the other game in the Champions League has ended 2-0 to Benfica. So, full time, 2-0 to Benfica against Club Brugge. Taking a 2-0 lead to the home leg. Whereas in this game, Nicolas Sula is now in the book. Chelsea thought they were running up here with and Mount in the book. He misses the next match. So Mason Mount out for the second leg.
I don't understand how he's out of the second leg. The yellow cards get re-dummied. The yellow cards should be getting restarted from the next round.
Yeah, apparently he's not, my friend.
That's a stupid rule.
Because it clearly popped up there, missing next match.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You're on a next round of a competition. Scrap the cup, the group games, yellow cards. Start afresh. This is why UEFA's fucked.
Yep. And Middlesbrough did manage to win 3-1 against second place Sheffield United. So the resurgence of Middlesbrough under Michael Carrick continues to climb. Michael Carrick has done an impressive job with that Middlesbrough team since taking over. Wouldn't you say, Chris?
He's done well. But...
And Real Madrid won 4-0 against us. Then it ended there.
Again, I keep going back to it, but UEFA referees need to get a grip on themselves. They're absolutely terrible.
And we say that about Prem referees too, my friend.
UEFA referees are still as Premier League referees.
Yeah.
Referees in general need to get a grip. They don't know the rules of the game. They do not know the rules of the game. I don't even know how many minutes stand on here.
When it hasn't popped up. It has not popped up at all, like the minute. It's 5 now. They were very late on popping up 5.
Oh!
They were extremely late to tell us it was 5 minutes added on.
Enzo Fernandez with a nice curling shot there. Maybe just...
He had that in the last game too, that kind of shot that just missed.
Not a lot of power on it.
He can hit them, but on target, but like that. Not doing too much. Dortmund just desperately defending for the last few
That's full
seconds.
time. That's full time. Referee 1, Chelsea 0.
The referee helped Dortmund out, but it continues Dortmund's unbeaten run in the last 8 games, stretching it to 9. And it sadly keeps Chelsea's beaten run in the last 8 away games. They have not managed to win.
I literally don't know how Dortmund finished that game with 11 men.
Potter still has yet to win away from home in his last few, in 9 games now. Not that he wasn't helped with this one, and he wasn't helped. That's 2 games in a row for Potter that the technology and people did not help him out. As the man who Chris says should not be on the pitch goes over to have a nice word with Ziyech. And then he goes over to João Felix to give him a nice high five. And there we have the Champions League game. Benfica 2-0 up in their second leg, and Dortmund 1-0 up. Not the end of the world for Chelsea. They weren't helped by technology and refs, but not the end of the world. 1-0 can easily be overcome.
See the way I look at it, right? So you look at, I mean, I know keep on saying this, but with the in relation to the bookable offence that Jude Bellingham should have got, so he got booked after taking out Fernandes in just after half time, and then he wipes out Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who the referee was standing right beside, so he allowed play on. So what he should have done then was go back to Jude Bellingham, produce the second yellow card. He would be then sent off, but the referee chose not to do that. Now, in what world are UEFA referees living in at this moment, or just referees in general living in these times? They're relying too much on technology that they don't even use properly. They don't do their job right when a player who is on a yellow card commits another foul straight away, and it's probably a worse foul than what he did on Fernandes on Ruben Loftus-Cheek. So why is the referee not doing his job? That's the question needs to be asked. Yes, Chelsea were the better. In my opinion, Chelsea in the second half were the better team. They got lucky with a breakaway.
It looked more likely to score, and then there was just that one flick over the top was enough for Dortmund in that game.
I don't understand why there's only one Chelsea player at the halfway line with Adeyemi, who's known for his pace, is standing there alone.
It was actually only Enzo Fernandez that was dragging.
That's what I'm saying. Why is there only one player in that final in his own half?
Those kind of decisions you have to question Graham Potter for the setup on those.
It's 100% Potter's fault for that one. He went all out attack. He hit the all out attack button on Football Manager, but let's go for it. When you leave yourself susceptible at the back with a pacey player like Adeyemi on Enzo Fernandez, who isn't the quickest, he's more technical than quick. But I'm sorry, but the referee, in a way, the referees cost Chelsea the game, but Chelsea have cost themselves the game as well. That's the end. That's the conversation that they need to have. I said during half time that I would give Potter until the end of the season. I'm going to have to say sorry. Get Potter out now. He's not good enough. He's out his depth at the club. 100% he's out his depth. That's 9 games now.
I did think like the hype for Potter was not really. It was a hype more for like a Brentford did, but he never really got too good with this Brentford team. Like the Brentford team has always like had a good start, but then fell off. These Brentford teams.
This Chelsea team is needing someone.
And with his with his Brighton team that fell off a lot of the time. He was notorious for getting 1-1 draws like all the time with that Brighton team.
Yep. Okay, I'm sorry, but Potter needs to go now. Get him going tonight. Bring in another man. Put Joe Cole in charge until the end of the season or something. Put John Terry in charge until the end of the season. You get a tune out of the team. A guy who knows what the club means to the fans. Because at this moment in time, Graham Potter is not good enough. And you can clip that all you want. Graham Potter is not good enough for this Chelsea team. He is inept. He is poor. He's got no backup plan. And Todd Boehly's allowed him to spend £650 million over 2 transfer windows. I'm sorry. It's not good enough. It's 100% not good enough. Chelsea had a problem. They solved the problem at the backline by bringing Barashile, but yet they don't register him for the Champions League. Nah. Havertz is not a striker, as we said at the start of the show. Havertz is a number 10, not a number 9. They had Aubameyang, who was terrible. They froze out Lukaku, rightly so as well. So, what do you think the main problem is? We don't have a striker. So, I'm sorry, Mr. Potter, but it is time to.
You're right winger. You tried to sell Liverpool in the summer.
Exactly.
He was out the doors, yeah.
But see, the thing is Ziyech, like I said at the start of the show, Ziyech just came down, put his head down, and get back to business. Tonight he actually had a good game. He had a couple of good crosses come in. I mean, okay, the free kick he had at the end of the 90 minutes wasn't that great, but at least he still contributed. Havertz done nothing this game. Mudryk was trying to do too many flicks in the Champions League. You're not playing for Shakhtar Donetsk anymore, son. You're playing for one of the biggest teams in the world. You're playing for Chelsea Football Club now. Act like it. Stop trying to be the player you were at Shakhtar. You can't do that. You can't do that. Yes, you want to show your.
It's kind of interesting with Mudryk at the moment because he was hyped up at Shakhtar. Basically twerked for Arsenal all January.
Yep.
To eventually then go to Chelsea. And he very much what you're describing with like the flicks and stuff. It reminds me of like Anthony does that now and again in our team. Like rather than moving the ball forward, he would do his little spin that he likes to do and then give the ball away. And people are like, do the spin after we score, you know? Do the spin, score first, then spin. You know, it's kind of like those situations. You're like, and as Chris tweets out, get Potter out now.
Do you know what I've just seen there? So, Graham Potter, 2 wins out of 14. 2 wins out of 14.
Yeah, sure. There's a YouTuber that I watch with like football thing. He's the Irish guy. He basically cried out in the beginning saying Potter was a mistake because he said Potter is not the manager that everyone thinks he is. He draws a lot. He's overhyped.
2 wins out of 14. He's got that season.
There was a lot of hype for him, but like it's missed.
Yeah.
It was like as the Irish guy that I listened to quite a bit, like he said, it's not warranted the hype if you actually look at.
Excuse me. But yeah, I mean, I could waffle on all day regarding about Chelsea. In fact, I might actually bring out a wee podcast, a mini podcast. But my own feelings and thoughts and feelings on Chelsea. I don't know if I already had a show regarding about it, but yeah, done and dusted. He needs to leave and he needs to go now. And that's the
It was Todd Boehly going for the hipster choice at the time. It was the in choice. Everyone was hyping him up.
There's 3 managers right now is available for work. Mauricio Pochettino, Zinedine Zidane, and bring back Thomas Tuchel. I'll bring back Thomas Tuchel in a heartbeat right now. You get a tune out of these players. You should never.
I would see Todd Boehly more going for like a Pochettino or that.
To be fair, I can see them waiting to the. Oh, in fact, no, there's another one. Where's Enrique?
I can see them going Enrique or Pochettino.
Yeah.
I love the two.
Because I'm sorry, but Graham Potter's not working. he's finished in my opinion. He's absolutely finished in my opinion. But yeah,
I'll press you before we go down on the game that we watched. Apart from the referee decision, who was your man of the match?
my man of the match for Chelsea tonight was probably either Enzo Fernandez or Ruben Loftus-Cheek, because again I said that earlier on. Ruben Loftus-Cheek was doing the quiet work.
Yeah,
I don't think Enzo Fernandez misplaced a pass. Okay, he was left hung out to dry for the goal, but I would say between one of them two, yeah, I'd probably say. In fact, I'll go Ruben Loftus-Cheek. That's what I was going to go for.
good. More people would have given it to Enzo because he's the more like brand name at the moment.
Yeah.
But it's good that you're keeping an eye on. He's still off the streak.
I mean, I've always liked Loftus-Cheek. I've always liked Loftus-Cheek because he's a product of Chelsea youth, and he went through hell with his back injuries, his calf injuries, etc. He's built him back up to the player he is now to nowadays. Okay, he's not the most glamorous of names, but
You want me to tell you the best rated player on the pitch
Who
for
was
both
it?
teams? The best rated player was Dortmund's goalkeeper
There's a surprise.
on a 9.2.
There's a surprise.
That tells you everything you want about this game. The goalkeeper had a 9.2
Yeah.
for Dortmund.
What about Chelsea?
Chelsea, the best highest rated was actually Kai Havertz with a 7.7.
That's what are they watching?
That's just ratings and stuff.
Yeah.
That's why you don't really believe ratings too much in most games.
Yeah. But on that bombshell, Crazy Boom, Mr. Boom, where can we find you on your socials?
You can find me at CrazyBoom _ on both Twitter and Twitch, and Boompool on YouTube, and here where we talk about a lot of things football, and we're going to talk about more probably about Chelsea's misfortunes as the things come with VAR and Potter's cluelessness.
That's put it politely.
Needs to go back to Hogwarts, learn a few more spells, come back.
And you can find me here on the Football Nation podcast and on Twitter at Chris_Watt89. Thank you very much, guys. This is the Football Nation, your home for all things football. Tune in tomorrow where you see Mr. Crazy Boom again with Jono tomorrow as he guides you through the Manchester United versus Barcelona game in the Europa League playoffs. Join us from around 5:15 tomorrow night. Thank you very much. You've been great. Have a good evening.